Yo. I got way ahead of myself and started to work on or look at a lot of stuff and work. So I started to work on a couple of things, but I thought I would introduce the little things I know about this line amplifier model SR630. I'm bouncing out tracks in the background, but I don't know a whole lot about them because I don't have anything except for a schematic, and I tried to get some sound out of them, and I did after a while, but I also didn't get sound where I was supposed to get sound. And the way I think I did, what I think I did is, let's see here, just a little schematic I have to go by, and I got sound from something called an FL. I think that's like a pre-fader, a PFL pre-fader listen. So I didn't really get any like amplification or not a whole lot of the stuff worked on the front panel. And I also have no idea what these do, and I have no idea what these do. These are momentary switches. This is not. This is the on switch, and this I know because this is level and this is balance since it's stereo. So those three I know what they do. This, I think one of them is a phase flip, and the other one I have no idea, because one says phase. But what I also noticed, I started working on the NTP limiter. It's working perfectly. But what I noticed when I worked with that one was that the schematics, the numbers on the schematic wasn't necessarily the same. How is it? Let's see, so if you compare, although it should, the problem is I don't have any information except for the schematics on this one. If I knew more of what it's supposed to do, for example, does it have balanced inputs and outputs, or is it just unbalanced? I have no idea, and it doesn't say on the schematic or anything. So hopefully I put a bid on 2 huge folders with everything for this PSM program servo mixer. That's what it's called, and hopefully I get all the information I need from that one, which if I win the bid, that's Sunday, so next week, sometime in the middle of next week, hopefully I have all the information I need for the entire for all of these, the Swedish radio modules. These were used, these and the EQs, and a couple of more parts were used in a mixer called a PSM mixer, which stands for Program Servo Mixer. I have no idea what that means, but that's what it means. And they started doing those desks so that the radio announcer or the radio person, you know, the one talking in the microphone, so that he could be able, so that he could be able to do a lot more work, so they didn't have to do all the work in the control room. That's why they developed this mixer. It's really high quality. All the Swedish broadcasting, the Swedish radio stuff are super high quality, and they're very easy to maintain, and they should have all the information to service and to fix stuff, fix them when they break down. And these were used, they are called, not this one, but the EQs are called LRAB, which is local radio. AB is like the company, for example in the States you have LLC, so it's like local radio company. They were made by them. Like I said, I got sound out of it, but I didn't get what I needed, so I'm gonna have to wait until the binders full with schematics and specifications and all of that comes in. But I did get the NTP 179 240 limiter to work perfectly, and it sounds great. I don't really know what to do with it right now. I only have two buses which are mono, because that limiter is mono, and that's the bass bus and the vocal, lead vocal bus, and I like what it did on both of them, so I have to try it out. And I don't know if I should rack it like a separate unit, because you can connect a VU meter to it. Good work. So, fuck off. Good morning. The NTP limiter. NTP is a Danish company, small company, I think, who used to do gear for broadcasting. They have a few very famous compressors and limiters in the 179 series. This one that I got is the NTP 179 240, which I guess is a lesser known one, and apparently it's a smaller version, or not smaller, but fixed version of the NTP, was it called 230, I think, which had the same pinouts, and I got it here, so I know it. Yeah, the 230, which had the same pinouts, and I got this to work straight away. I don't have an indicator light. Could be because it says on the other, somewhere here we go, that it has a 2 volts ODJ. I don't know what ODJ means. Yeah, I don't know what it means, so I haven't put in a 12 volt line. I don't know if I even will, but I will look into it. But I got it to work. Works with the meter and everything. I think I'm gonna rack it up in a single 1 unit height rack. It sounds great on bass and vocals, which are the only sources I've tried it on so far. So that one I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna clean it up. I'm gonna look inside. Oh yeah, I'm gonna change out 2 capacitors which are supposedly pretty bad, like quality wise. They were the top of the line in the 60s, but was that no, that was the EQ. Okay, yeah, so I probably won't change anything, just clean it up, put it in a rack and start using it. That's the plan so far. And the teak, I did find a bunch of information on it. The actual preamp part, which is that one, is called the AR13. What I need to do with it at first, just to see if it even works, is change out the AC socket, and this only runs on 100 volts or 117 volts, and in Sweden we have 220 volts. So I have a 220 to 210 volt converter. I'm also gonna have to change out the output, because as you can see, for an output, wrong XLR, the line in and the microphone in, I'm gonna put in some XLR jacks. I wasn't sure I was gonna be able to find out where they connect, but they simply connect to these tube sockets, because as an option you can put in a microphone and line transformer. From what I can gather from all the information I could find, is that it works straight in as well. So you only need the transformers to get a little bit more gain, but I don't think that's a problem with modern microphones. So the plan is to change out the AC socket for a standard jack, change out this and this, and we're gonna have to change out all the electrolytics at some point. I'm gonna see if I can get it to work as is, but the plan is to change it all out, so if it works, it doesn't just work for a week or a month or a year. It should hopefully be working for several years. So I'm gonna start with one and then do the second one. It's easier to focus on one project at a time. The limiter is pretty much done for now, and the line amplifiers, the Swedish ones, I can't work on until I get the folder. Same with the EQs. I could look at some other stuff in the meanwhile, but I got some other work to do, some mixing, some mastering, and some pedals to build. So I think that's gonna be it for this time. My dog is upstairs howling. Jag kommer snart. So, coffee and get to work. Take care. Bye bye.